everyone, it's me. Today is March 22nd, 2012, and I just wanted to stop by and say hello. Today is the last day that I will be 23. Tomorrow is my birthday, and I was doing some reflecting tonight, and I like our little life chats. I don't know if you like them, but I like them, and so I was reflecting on some things, and I thought I'd share them with you. But anyway, yes, it's my last day being 23. Tomorrow I'll be 24. And yeah, that's such a young number. Let's not talk about it. Anyway, what did I do on my last day being 23? Well, I worked as usual. Some of my close co-workers had a little birthday get-together for me, which was so nice and very thoughtful. And they, gave me gifts and brought me some flowers from one of their gardens. And one of my gifts, I will show you tomorrow when I have my birthday cake, because I'll probably be back tomorrow. I figure your birthday only comes around once a year, and although I have no plans and I'll probably be spending it by myself, I will still have a cake so I can blow out a candle and make a wish, because it's the one time of year you really get a wish and you should make one. And so I'll probably be back, and I will have my new birthday gift with me, and I just have to say I really love it, and I think I finally found what I was looking for, thanks to my coworkers. But we just had a really good time, and it was very nice for me because I don't have family here to celebrate with, and so I don't have those birthday parties or get-togethers with relatives anymore. So it's sometimes kind of hard. But that was very nice of them, and I felt loved and cared about, and it was really nice. And then I went to the park for a little while and was doing some reflecting, watched the sunset, and was just thinking a lot about stuff, and I'll tell you about my reflections in a minute. But what's making me really happy today is I started a tradition 2 Novembers ago, and I plant tulips around the city that I live in. Yes, in public places on private land, but I plant tulips on the anniversary of my miscarriage in memory of my daughter, and I do it because someone once told me about some tulips they were given once, and that for a child, and they planted them, and they came up every year because in Wisconsin, tulips are actually perennials. They will come up every year because it gets cold enough for them to go dormant. Now down south, they don't. You have to plant them in the fall. They come up in the spring, and that's it. And so I thought it would be a kind of, nice thing for me to do, and then in the spring I would see them and I would think of her. So I was excited because I was walking on my way to the park, and this year I planted 70 tulip bulbs. I walk on a sidewalk, and there's trees planted on the by the side of the sidewalk, and there's a bed around them of mulch and stuff. And so I think I'm being sneaky, but I'm really not being sneaky. And I carry this shopping bag of like a tote shopping bag full of tulip bulbs on November 13th, and I go and I kind of dig a hole, pop one in, and then keep walking like, oh yeah, da-da-da, wasn't doing anything. And so I planted 70 of them all the way down the street, and now they're all coming up, and I'm really excited about it. It makes me really happy because I planted those flowers, and I didn't do as many the first year. I think like 25 or 30. But now, this year the new ones are coming up, and the ones from the previous year, And it makes me happy and feel good inside because I look at it and I say, I planted that. I walked and I carried those and I planted that. I dug the holes. And, you know, when I see the flowers, I think of Nora. And, you know, it's just, I like it. And, you know, people will drive by and they'll see those flowers and they might think they're pretty. They might smile, whatever. They'll probably think some person from the lawn company or whatever in the shopping centers planted them. They'll never know that, you know, some woman walked on a cold day and planted each of them. The first year I did it with a spoon because I did not have a spade. And, you know, planted each of those bulbs with love and memory for her daughter. And that's okay. But to me that means something. And so I'm happy that they're blooming because last year we had a long winter and they didn't come up until beginning to mid-June. So I'm excited to see them bloom. And that's about it. And then I got home and now I'm going to make this video because it's my last night being 23. And like I said, I've been reflecting on some things. So I'm going to share with you. These are the reflections of a 23-year-old. And so what do I have to say? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about what I have done in my life, what I've been through, just for you to kind of get an idea. And I don't really share so much anymore. I mean, I do more than I used to, but this is kind of like very candid. So I'm not going to try and make it a half hour, you know, I don't want to talk too much, but anyway, to begin with, so my life. Well, when I was young, I had a relative murdered. I had a lot of grandparents and older distant relatives die. So a lot of my younger years, like mid-elementary school, death affected me a lot. It made me upset, and I thought about it too much. Even at that young age, I thought about it, and I couldn't come to grips with things. And I was raised in the church, but I still couldn't come to grips with things, and it made me feel uncomfortable. Let's see. And I'm just trying to kind of go in an order here. In high school, I was an honor student. I took classes that were above honors level but below college credit classes. And I had a very good GPA for a while, and then I developed depression problems, and I started a long-distance relationship, which in turn made me not apply myself any longer. And my GPA slipped a lot, which I kind of regret, but anyway, I did graduate early because I worked my butt off because I hated high school. What else? When I was in high school, I was in 2 beauty pageants at the high school, and I was a junior and senior class beauty. And towards the end of high school, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which I have come to terms with and accepted that to manage that in my life, I have to take medication, and I've accepted that. What else in my life? I ran away when I was younger on a Greyhound bus. I've been hospitalized twice, which I don't really like to talk about at all because those aren't the best experiences, but I was hospitalized twice because my friends and family didn't think, well, they thought that I was going to be harmful to myself. Let's see. There were times when I did want to kill myself. I have seen a lot of things. I've been to a little bit of Canada. I've seen Yellowstone and Glacier National Park and Mount Rushmore, all places I would love to go back to. I would love to live in Glacier National Park. I know you can't live in the park, but around the park. I have hiked up to a glacier before. Let's see. I was engaged once. I fell in love with someone I met on the internet. I've had a miscarriage. And what else? I was a cutter for 7 years, and I overcame that addiction, as well as I overcame a drinking problem. And this next year, July 5th will make 2 years that I've been cut free. And December 9th, I think, will make 2 years that I've been alcohol free. And what else? I was homeless briefly, mostly by choice, in order to keep a promise to someone. And during that time, I slept a lot in the woods. And I think that's when I really rediscovered my faith, because as a teenager, I kind of turned my back on God because things were going badly for me, and I didn't think it was, really what I wanted. And I realized that that wasn't true when I was in the woods and I didn't have anywhere to go. I was in a group home briefly when I didn't have anywhere to stay. And what else? Maybe that's it. But I've had my heart broken before. I was in a long-term relationship. And I'm trying to think of... Well, I guess that's really it for my 23 years. To me, it seems like it's been filled a lot with a lot of things that some people don't have in their lives. Oh, shit. That wouldn't be good if I burned down the house. And I guess, okay, so my reflection is, what have I learned from these things? Well, these are the things that I've learned about it at the age of 23. First of all, you should forgive people, but you shouldn't forget, because forgetting means you will fall for the same things over and over again. I agree that you should learn from your mistakes and that mistakes should be made. I think that succeeding is not about winning or losing. I think that if you try, then you've succeeded, because if you don't try, then you've already failed. I think that time and love are two of the most wasted things by people. I've learned that time is so valuable, and wasted time is just such a sad thing, because it's something you can never ever get back. And, it causes you to regret things. And I think that people should treasure each moment as much as they can. And, because, like I've said before, you never know when it's your time. And people die every day. People are killed, or people just die. Children die. Adults, older people. Any age, if it's your time, it's your time. And it's not about trying to pack as much in as you can, or having a bucket list. It's about just enjoying the simple moments, being kind to people, because I've learned that kindness goes so much further than being spiteful or mean. I've also learned that being humble is much better than being proud. I've learned that it's okay to take help from people, and that we should share our experiences and our stories, because that's who we are. And if we don't tell them to someone, no one will ever know. And it's almost like those moments and those events that mean so much to us never happen. And they might not mean anything to anybody else, but without telling the story, it's it's non-existent. I think that you should not close your heart, even if it's been broken, and that's tough. I know exactly how it is. And a lot of times, I'll push people away because it's the easy thing, it's the safe thing, but I think that it profits you nothing to keep your love to yourself. Because what good is it going to do you? So I think that we should love each other. And, even if you've been hurt, you shouldn't, shut yourself off, and you shouldn't close your heart to people. I think that we should always help people in need. And, it was funny, somebody lost their wallet this week at work, and I just thought, it's sad that a lot of people who find a wallet will take the money and just throw it away. But what they should stop and do is think, what if that was me? What if I lost my wallet and all my credit cards and everything? How would I feel? I'd really want that person, who found it to send it back to me. And those are the kind of things I'm talking about. Just simple, things like that. I think that even in the long run, if it, doesn't always, I'm not going to say make you happy, but maybe it doesn't always get you what you want, but you should always do the right thing, because doing the wrong thing in the end will make you feel badly about it, and you'll wish that you had done differently. I think that we are the only ones to blame for our shortcomings, and I've learned the value of friendship. Even if I don't have many friends, I've learned that. I've learned to appreciate my parents and my family and all that they've done for me. And I've, over time, there were many times when I, went through a phase and I hated my parents. I hated my family. I, cut off communication, and I didn't want to have anything to do with them. But I've realized that when no one stands by you, your family will always be there for you. And, okay, maybe you have a really bad family. If for some reason your family is not there for you, God will always be there for you. And I've learned that it's good to pray all the time. And it's not, you don't pray expecting to get what you ask for. That's not what praying is about. It's all a lesson. I believe that some of the most important lessons in life are learned in the simplest ways. I think that we should always stop to see the beauty in things, and I've come to really treasure the simple moments. Things like, seeing the beauty in a flower, or just enjoying a day outside. Because I didn't have to wake up this morning. I might not have. And I don't know if I'll wake up tomorrow or the next day. And so every moment that we have on earth should be important. Even, okay, yeah, we're sitting here watching TV, whatever, doing something, being lazy, yeah, that might not be the most important moment, but, think about something that makes it important. I think that life is important. I think that everything we do or everything we are, is important. And I think that we're all here to help each other. I think that life is a journey, and I think that you shouldn't always follow the rules. I love the quote by Katharine Hepburn. If you follow all the rules, or if you don't break any rules, you never have any fun. I don't know. I know I totally screwed it up, but you get the gist of it. I think it's on my Facebook quotes, but some rules are meant to be broken, and I've lived my life learning the hard way because I'm stubborn and I refuse to take people's advice. I'll say when they give me advice, I'll say, yeah, you're right. And then I'll go and do the, total opposite. But that's who I am. I've learned that the best way to attract people to you is a smile and a confidence and belief in yourself and a strong sense of commitment to who you are, and that you really believe what you say. Hold on a second. Sorry, my phone vibrated and I wanted to make sure I was still recording. Somebody must be texting me, but I doubt it. It's probably an email. Nobody texts me. Anyway, so back to the whole thing. These are just my reflections, and I know I'm young, and I know that there are a lot of things I haven't seen, but there are also a lot of things I have seen. And to me, I suppose I'm a free spirit. I wasn't always, but I suppose I am. And I just think, we have one chance at life. We have one chance. And just because we make mistakes doesn't mean we've, blown our one chance. But every day is, a chance to be different, a chance to learn something new, a chance, to show people who we are and what we believe in and what we stand for, and to show people that we're human. And I think, more than anything, people want to be loved. People want to be, cared about. And I think that, when we see someone who isn't loved or isn't cared about, I think that we should love them. We should care about them. We should make it an effort, to speak to them or, find common ground. I've learned that we all need to take a breather. We all need to relax. And for me, the best way to relax probably is music. Music, and I like to swing at the park. What can I say? I just do. I feel like I'm flying. I feel like the world is mine, and I can conquer anything. That sounds so dumb, but it's such a simple, free activity to go to the park and swing on a swing set. I also find peace on nature walks, and I think that's very relaxing. And I think that a little Elvis never hurts. Everything's made better with Elvis. But, yes, these are my reflections, and I'm sure, in my head I had it all worked out, what I was going to say, and it was going to sound so great, and I'm sure I've slaughtered it to hell what I wanted to say. But I just, life is so short, and I think it's so important for us not to waste time. And every day when a moment is wasted, or an opportunity when I could have said something nice to somebody is wasted and I passed it by for some reason or other, I hate it. And I think, I'll never get that moment back, ever. And it's just sad to me. So, yes, don't waste time. I suppose you can't make every moment mean something, but try not to waste it. And I was thinking of something there, but I kind of totally forgot. I'm pretty tired. It's been a long day at work, and tomorrow, I had really hoped of taking a day trip to Oshkosh and Neenah and taking a ghost tour, but you know what? I couldn't make it happen. And then I just wanted to go fishing, and I couldn't find anybody to take me fishing. So, I'm probably going to spend the day alone, and I took off of work, so I'm just going to relax. And yeah, it does seem a little sad, and it is kind of making me a little sad, but I'm going to try and do my best and not think about it. Because that's all I can do, is try my best. what else do I want to say on my last day being 23? I don't know. I'm kind of having a blank right now. Oh, I was going to say, I've learned that you should always take lots of pictures, because pictures to me are memories. They're moments trapped in time. You can take a picture of something 1 second, and the next second take a picture of the same thing. Maybe it's the sky, maybe it's clouds, and it could be completely different. And I think that you should take lots of pictures of yourself. It doesn't mean you're necessarily vain. I will admit to being vain, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, because I think sometimes the camera can capture an emotion that we might not see in ourselves. Maybe in a smile. Maybe it captures sadness behind your eyes when you're smiling. Or maybe it captures, extreme happiness. You never know. And I think that pictures are everything, because, if they're kept years from now, after we're dead, they will tell a story of our life and what we did and, what was happening to us that day. And I love to take pictures. I think that people should also write about things that they've been through, because I think it's a great expression of self. And I guess, just try and be happy. I can't say that I'm always happy. Most of the time I'm not entirely happy. It's hard for me to say exactly when I can say that I've been happy. But, we have to try the best, and just, take life one day at a time. You have to realize you're not always going to get what you want. And that's just how it is. Just like the Rolling Stones say, you can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you get what you need. And, you have to take the good with the bad, because there's always going to be good and there's always going to be bad. There's always going to be people that are jerks, and there's always going to be people that are nice. But you can't shut yourself off entirely. I will admit that I shut myself off a whole heck of a lot. But, there are people that mean a lot to me and that are close to me and that I consider my friends. And I call, my friends, because the few that I have are close enough that I say, oh, you're family now. And, you have to remember everyone in your life. People that I grew up with and I went to school with and I knew, I don't have hardly any interaction with them anymore. I don't see them. There are friends that I've had that were good friends, and now they're gone because I moved away and we lost contact or whatever. But I still think about those people, and I think it's important to remember those people and to remember what they meant in your life, because each person and each moment in your life is a building block of who you are. And I think it's important to remember those things, remember those people. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. But yeah, these were my reflections of a 23-year-old. They were probably pretty crappy, considering I kind of forgot what I was saying and whatever. Anyway, long story short, so tomorrow I'll be 24. I feel like I've lived a lifetime. But, there's still a lot of life left in me. And I'm going to try my best to have a great year, to have a good day tomorrow. And in the Chinese zodiac, it is the year of the dragon, and I am a dragon. So it should be an extra super year. Felt like I had to put a little pep into that. So anyway, when all is said and done, what is my main realization? That life is not bad, and that it's what we make of it, and love is what we make of it, and time should not be wasted, and I don't think you should have bucket lists, honestly, because you know what? If you have a bucket list and you don't get to everything on there, and then you get sick and you're going to die or something, then you feel disappointed that you didn't get all those things done. So I think you should just take life as it comes, one day at a time, not let things stress you out or make you, too upset, because something could happen tomorrow that's going to turn the tide. Life is like the weather. One day, it's stormy, and the next day it's sunny, and that's just how it is. And, weathermen can predict it sometimes, but a lot of times they screw up, and it's different, and sometimes you can't expect everything. It's just the way life is. And since we only live once, you might as well make it pretty damn good. Because, when I die, whenever that may be, I want people to say that they were really glad to have known me and that I made a difference in their life. Not necessarily because I did something extraordinary. I didn't do anything like Martin Luther King Jr. I didn't do anything extraordinary. I didn't walk on the moon, like Armstrong, or save the world. But I would like people that knew me to say that I made their day brighter. I made them smile, that it meant something to them, that they knew me. And, that to me would be the best thing. To know that you made a difference in somebody's life, even if it was just something small, like maybe you told them part of your story and it was something they needed to hear because they were struggling, with things of their own. So, yeah, I would like to know that I've made a difference in people's lives and that their lives are better for knowing me and for me being a part of them. So, this is my deep thinking for the evening, and these are my reflections, and that's probably about it, because otherwise I'm just going to keep rambling on. So, I'm going to go now, but I just kind of wanted to say hello, and I had some thoughts on my mind, so I hope you found it interesting and not too boring, and I hope that you're doing well. I hope that your last day of the work week, if you work on Monday through Friday, is good tomorrow. And probably I'll see you back here tomorrow with my special gift that I love. And yeah, it's my birthday, so I should be happy about it. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great Thursday night and have a great Friday and have a wonderful weekend. So I'll probably see you tomorrow. Bye.